Today we're going to be taking a look at the best hitch options for your 2015 Toyota RAV4. So up top here we're going to have our Class 3 Draw-Tite. Right below that we'll have our Class 3 EcoHitch. Below that we'll have our Class 3 etrailer. And then finally at the bottom we'll have our Class 3 CURT. Now if it were me looking for a hitch, I personally would go with the top one, the Draw-Tite, because I'm mainly going to be using it for recreational purposes like a bike rack. But let's take a closer look at all of these and look over some of the features. Now right away you may notice that the Draw-Tite and the EcoHitch are going to have a very different design from the CURT and etrailer hitch. And that's because our Draw-Tite and our EcoHitch are actually going to be installed behind the bumper and be extremely close up, and all we're going to see is that receiver tube sticking out. With our etrailer and our CURT, the cross tube is going to be visible. It's going to be sitting right below the bumper and we are going to be able to see it, but both of them do kind of sit further back, so it's not as noticeable. Now aside from the appearance benefit of the cross tube being hidden, it is going to give us a little bit more ground clearance since the entire hitch is going to be higher up on the vehicle. That little bit of extra ground clearance can be a great thing, especially since our RAV4 sits a little bit closer to the ground. Especially if we have a bike rack or a cargo carrier, we can use as much ground clearance as we can get. But if you're going to be doing a lot of towing, you're going to want to have the highest weight rating you can, as well as possibility for use with weight distribution systems. Our Draw-Tite and our EcoHitch are not going to work with weight distribution systems, and they're both going to have a 350-pound tongue weight, along with a 3,500-pound gross trailer weight rating. Our etrailer and CURT hitch are going to have a 525-pound tongue weight along with a 3,500-pound gross trailer weight rating. Although both of these are going to work with weight distribution systems, and it's going to bump up that gross trailer weight rating up to 4,000 pounds while the tongue weight is going to stay the same. But you should always double check your vehicle's owner's manual and never exceed the manufacturer's recommended towing weight. With the etrailer and CURT sitting below the bumper but also having those higher weight ratings, it is going to be a benefit, because we'll have a spot to mount a bracket so we can mount up our electrical accessories. Whereas the one that's going to be behind the bumper is going to limit us on where we can mount it. When it comes to installation, each one of our hitches are going to use a factory mounting location, so we're not going to have to weld or drill anything into the frame. However, with our Draw-Tite and our EcoHitch, they are going to require a little bit more work and require to trim the fascia just a little bit on the bottom so the receiver tube can stick out. In some cases you may have to remove the rear fascia, but there have been some times where you can get it around just pulling on the fascia and sneaking the hitch up. But they are more involved than the CURT and the etrailer hitches to put in. Now down to some of the minor differences. Our Draw-Tite up here, you'll notice that it is going to have kind of a semi-gloss black finish to it. Our EcoHitch is going to have a textured black finish. Our etrailer hitch is going to have a flat black carbide finish. And our CURT is going to have a high gloss black finish, which is typical in most hitches. And that finish is really going to depend on your personal preference. I like the flat black because it does blend in a lot better underneath and it hides scratches and dirt a lot better. And since all of our hitches are Class 3, they're all going to give us that 2" by 2" receiver tube opening up a wide variety of doors when it comes to accessories. And they're all going to use a standard 5/8 pin and clip. None of them are included in the kit. However, you can pick them up here at etrailer.com along with locking devices to keep your items secure. The Draw-Tite is going to have a secondary hole towards the back of the receiver tube opening, and that's going to be exclusively for the J-pin stabilization device. Now that's going to be nice because it's a locking device, but it's also an anti-rattle to make sure that the accessory isn't making a lot of noise when we're driving down the road. So to sum everything up, if appearance is your main concern, I would go with the Draw-Tite or the EcoHitch because they're going to sit behind the bumper and have more of a clean factory look. If you're going to be using it mainly for recreation like a bike rack or a cargo carrier, again I would go with the Draw-Tite or the EcoHitch because they're going to give us a lot better ground clearance over the other ones. If you're going to be doing a lot of towing or weight is your main concern, I would go with the etrailer hitch or the CURT hitch because they're going to have that higher weight rating and we can use it with weight distribution systems. Finally, if install is your biggest concern, again I would go with the etrailer or the CURT because it's not going to require as much to get installed. We hope this information has helped you whenever you're looking for a hitch for your RAV4 to meet your needs. And that'll finish up your look at the best hitch options for your Toyota RAV4.